Hey guys, this video is from our latest Rick and Johnny podcast. Make sure to check out the full podcast on blogtalkradio.com/Rick and Johnny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know Johnny and I had fun recording it. But Johnny, we are going to move on into another game. This is not only a game, but this is a company that makes this game each and every time. Usually it's a year off because usually it's like Activision makes it, then someone else, then Activision, then someone else, then Activision. But Activision is a company that usually when they make a Call of Duty game, it's usually take my money. Like Fry from Futurama, take my money and let me play this game. And each and every year after the last game, I was like, you know what, with all this futuristic stuff and the jetpacks and the running through walls and or running across walls, I'm like, forget it. This isn't for me. I bought the last Call of Duty, played some multiplayer, then played Overwatch. Played what was on your shirt. Except not Winston, because I'm not a good Winston player. I'm a Pharah player. But I was like losing hope. And then I see this and I go, Call of Duty World War II. It's getting me hyped again, and I'm probably going to buy it. They came out with the multiplayer reveal trailer. They came out with more footage at E3. I don't know what it is, Johnny. I love when Call of Duty goes back in time. Yeah. When they go to World War I, when they go to World War II, when it's not the futuristic, I'm going to jump up jetpack, run across the wall, bing, bang, boom. Okay, I'm using my metal extender arm, like all that BS in my mind. Yeah, no, I like these gameplays too. What did you think after seeing the multiplayer reveal trailer that they did earlier last week? I am really big into the World War II ones, the World War I. I even bought when I was a PS2 player still, the Civil War game that came out. That was fun. It was from History Channel. So I love these the old wars. And this one is just a lot more brutal than anything I've seen before. Not one have I seen a flamethrower included, not with the old. Well, I mean, the only time I've seen a flamethrower is, it's not Days of Future Past, that's X-Men. They did, back when it was I think it was right after Advanced Warfare 1. Okay. They did a kind of, I want to say, World War I game, and there was a flamethrower. But that's the only time I've seen a flamethrower in a Call of Duty game is that exact one. Yeah, I must not have played that one then, because it's got to be World War II, though. I don't know if they had that in World War I or really used them in World War I. It was one of the World Wars. But you know what? Yeah, I'm just looking at the trailer now. It's a lot more brutal than before, which makes it that much more realistic, too, which I love when it does that. World at War, that was it. Yes. Because you know what? The thing is, one of my first games on PS2, I started off Medal of Honor. It just reminds me, it just brings it back to that kind of thing. It's just, the nostalgia is partially in there, which is why it's so much fun to play. But just the fact that they're getting more intricate in some of the weaponry in there. I don't know what else to say. The thing for me that I'm watching the trailer again right now as we're recording this, two things jump out to me. Okay. First off, it's brief. It's where a plane's coming in and you get that first person view from inside the plane. Yeah. I don't know. Part of me says, if this is a multiplayer reveal trailer, are they actually going to do, is Call of Duty actually going to bridge over to what Battlefield has already been doing? And that's actually give you the option to fly a plane. No, possibly. Because it's brief. It's coming in on a ship, and it's just, you see the first person view and just shooting at a boat. Yeah. Are they going to give you that option where it's like, hey, you can get into a plane and you can fly a plane in multiplayer, kind of like you could do in the Battlefield games? There is also a scene, you were talking about the brutalness of this game. Yeah. Guy's on a ship, it looks like, walks up behind the guy, right to the head. Yeah. And just goes splits deep down all the way to the head into the shoulder. It's like, damn. And that is a deep cut. Yeah. That is a deep cut. This is a game where even because let's be honest, when you're buying a Call, let's not try to sell anything that is not going to, like, when you're talking about a Call of Duty game,
Yeah.
which, by the way, when I say sell, this isn't promoted by anything. It's not sponsored by anything. I'm just saying, like, when the developers and studios try to sell a game, let's be honest, with Call of Duty, you know what you are going to get. You're going to get some people that buy it for the story, not as many.
I wouldn't say a lot.
Their bread and butter is the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Their bread and butter is the multiplayer, and you got to put on a good game. And I know you say, oh, you got to put on a good game, but with the Call of Duty game, you know what you are going to get. There is also a shot that I just looked at where they show a first-person kind of shot of a bomb coming in.
Yeah.
So are you going to be able to drop that bomb? What new things are they going to
Looks like you maybe get to throw them out of the plane because that's what it's showing. It's like, let me aim right here and go.
And that's the thing that I was kind of getting to is because you know, like, it's a Call of Duty game, and usually, like Dave always says, I'm not going to buy this one because they're all the same. The big question that I'm going to have with Call of Duty, this probably won't be answered until we get closer to the reveal date, or the release date, I should say. What are they going to do differently? How is this game going to be different than any other Call of Duty game that I have played before? And maybe it's like what you said. Maybe it's the dropping the bomb out of the plane. Maybe it's the actual flying the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is different ways to go in multiplayer where it's not like, well, I either got to play, because I know they have like King of the Hill, they have Search and Destroy. But let's be honest, when I buy a Call of Duty game, the only game modes that I'm playing is either free-for-all or team deathmatch. Or mercenary team deathmatch, because I don't want to deal with people that already team up. Like, oh, we're a group of friends, we create a party, and you're kind of being put with those parties. Because the matchmaking system hasn't been like it is for Overwatch. Where Overwatch, I don't have that problem, because Overwatch, hey, if you're a 6-stack, you're only going to be paired with 6 stacks. Call of Duty, it's like, wow, we're a bunch of randos going up against a complete team of 6 people all together. That's just the example I'm using. But what do you think is going to be the thing that when we actually get the game in our hands, that we're going to be saying, this is why I bought the game. This is what's different. This makes it unique.
Well, for me, I'm not really the multiplayer person.
You're more the campaign.
I'm more campaign. And my thing is just how much more realism can you throw in there? How great can with
the new stories, the new kind of things that the next generation systems can do.
Yeah,
from
and
the last
it's not
game.
just that. It's to like show me that. Trying to think of how to put it exactly. Show me that you are putting more thought into. There's more things I've seen than any of the other World War II games I've played before that actually apply to World War II. I was briefly a history person. I liked reading up on the wars, and there's a lot more stuff that goes along with it than I've seen before. Now, I haven't played every single Call of Duty, I'll admit that, but I'm seeing a lot more stuff, a lot more things you can play around with, it seems like. The bomb dropping thing looks pretty cool if that's part of the game, which I'm hoping it is. Melee looks a little bit more realistic now. With things tearing up like they're supposed to, things as brutal as you see in some of the trailer.
And that's the one thing I was going to bring up, because Activision is the publisher.
Yeah.
And usually they change, but the developer is what changes. And from my first kind of exposure to the Call of Duty games was technically, it was called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
I remember that one.
That was the first one that I know there had already been 3, but I really didn't get into Call of Duty until Modern Warfare. And to me, if you're saying, like, if maybe we do a video of this in the future where we rank our Call of Duties, Modern Warfare is number 1 for me every single time. Because of that, maybe you can say because of that nostalgia factor on it. Like, that was the one that made me love Call of Duty games when I was as young as I was, I was 17 years old.
Something like
when
that.
When that game came out, because it was 2007, so end of high school.
Yeah.
Especially, that was all the rage back then, especially for a guy like me. You go to school, you come home, you play World of Warcraft and Call of Duty. That's all it is. Maybe you throw some Guitar Hero in there every now and then. But Then they had like, it would change off. So it was like Infinity Ward, then it was Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Treyarch. Then in 2011 for Modern Warfare 3, it was Infinity Ward / Sledgehammer, who we're seeing now with the World War II game. Then it was Treyarch, Infinity Ward for Ghost. Advanced Warfare was Sledgehammer Games, and Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and now we're back to Sledgehammer. What I am hoping is two things. First off, Advanced Warfare. That was the last game that we saw that had it was just Sledgehammer.
Okay.
It was an Activision publisher developed by Sledgehammer. I had no problems with Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare was a good game for me. I started to lose it with Infinity Warfare. That was the one that I thought Infinite Warfare, I was like, the Black Ops games were always good, but really to me the Modern Warfare games were the best.
Yeah.
Like MW 1, 2, and 3 will always have a special place in my heart. Two things I'm hoping for. Number one, because we're getting Sledgehammer, maybe we get ties to what we saw with Advanced Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
But also number two, the list of games that they have gone on. I mean, Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 I can't speak to because I never played them. But you got to think, from 2007 till now, because this will be since 2007, this is the 10th game.
Yeah.
The 10th game, a decade of Call of Duty games. How many times have they gone into the past, if you had to take a guess? How many times have we gone into the past to a world war?
Are we talking about all of them?
Just from 2007.
Probably twice. Once.
This one will be the second.
Okay.
We did Modern Warfare, which was modern time.
Yeah.
Then they went World at War, which was, I can't remember, I want to say it was World War I, but it could have been World War II, because I remember, the only things I remember from it was, one, they introduced the kill streak of the dogs. So it's like when you got, like, I think it was 12 kills, you could release the dogs,
okay,
and they would kill people for you. But I also remember using a Tommy gun a lot.
Okay.
Tommy gun was my main gun of choice. I want to say World at War was World War I, but I could be mistaken. However,
could be one.
The point is, then they go back to Modern Warfare with MW2.
Yeah.
Then they do Black Ops, which is kind of like that covert ops kind of Call of Duty game.
Though.
Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. Then they do Ghosts, which is still modern times.
Exactly.
They're not going back to the World Wars. Advanced Warfare, which is in the future. And then Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare. Both are present to future. This is the second time. This is the first time in almost a decade that we are going to get a game based in the World War era, either World War I or World War II. So I am hoping because World at War, here's the systems it was on.
Okay.
Think of a Windows PC back in 2008 compared to now. Yeah, exactly. Think of a PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Think of an Xbox 360, a PS3, and a Wii. And it was on the Xbox One, and it says BC. So it was kind of just moving over to the Xbox One. PlayStation 4 was nowhere to be found. The first one that was on a PlayStation 4 system was Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost was the first one on a PS4 system. So this will be the first World War game that we're getting on an 8th gen system. Just that alone, I mean, I'm going to say it might be worth the buy. Of course, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like I said, like Call of Duty is a weird cycle for me. Because there have been times where I'm like, I'm not going to get the next one. And then I get it. But Infinite Warfare really turned me off. It was a waste of money to me. I played it for like 2 weeks, and then I never played it again.
Yeah.
And then Overwatch came out, and I said, well, screw that. Well, actually, scratch that. The biggest waste of money that I have ever spent was Battleborn.
Oh, yeah?
You remember that. You remember when we played that a couple times. It was like the Overwatch game that had similar heroes to Overwatch, but it was different. We played it before Overwatch came out.
Yep, I remember now.
And it had a campaign system. That's That's
played
the only
like
difference.
once with you.
Yeah, that's the only difference. It had a campaign system, but most of the characters were similar to Overwatch. And then Overwatch came out and it's like, this is just a much better game. This is just a much better game than Battleborn. So Battleborn was possibly the one game that I bought that was the biggest waste of money. But back to the point I was making and kind of throwing it to you now, is that's the big thing with this game that I can't wait for. Getting another World War II game or a World War game on an 8th gen system for the first time. Yeah. Because the last time I played a World at War was on my PlayStation 3 way back when the PlayStation 3 was still new. I still think I had my fat PlayStation. Not even the sleeker PlayStation 3 when they took out the back, or the thing that made it backwards compatible. What do you think, though? What do you think about that?
You know what? I'm actually, like I said, I'm excited for this game. I'm hoping
excited for this gun.
These
guns that I get to use in this game.
They're gonna get. No, I'm excited for the game, the gameplay. I'm hoping it works on my computer because I don't have like I said, I don't have the new gen systems right now. I'm waiting right now on that. I might actually go gaming computer instead, anyways.
I'll be honest. This is a game that. Yet again, for Spider-Man, I said, yeah, we're going to play it for the channel. Yeah. This is a game I would love to play for the channel. The only reason I'm not going to promise it in a video right now is the last time I tried to play an Activision game, it blocked it worldwide. Activision on YouTube blocked so if you uploaded it, it got blocked worldwide because of the cutscenes, because it didn't want its game being put out there on the internet.
Well, maybe we can actually delete the cutscenes then if we want to do it.
Maybe. I mean, I would love to just start doing that, like I said. And I know I'm going to get this game. I know I'm going to buy this game and play the shit out of it, especially if it's really good.
If I don't get to play on the computer, I know I'm going to play it at your place.
Johnny will be over all the time playing Call of Duty World War II. But before we move on to other games that kind of excited us from E3 that we saw, any last thoughts on World War II for Call of Duty?
No, I think I got my points across on that. It just brings back the nostalgia of the my initial games when it came to the shooter games, Medal of Honor. I love how they're bringing back, like, not just, oh, hey, here are your generic guns that we always have for these games, even though there's not a ton of them. There's a few of them. Here's some more of them that they used in this time. It's going to work like that. And then just the brutality you expected out of it.
I'm just thinking of that thing right through his head.
Oh,
sliced his head.
It's a cutscene, I understand that, but the bayonet, jam, and
he just jams it right into him, and
blood splatter everywhere.
And that is the thing about being on that next gen system that makes it so much better than it probably was in 2008. Now I'm probably going to pull out my World at War on PlayStation 3 and try to find my PlayStation 3 and play it again just to see how it was. But let's turn the conversation on to you guys. Let us know down below in the comment section. Are you excited for World War II Call of Duty? Are you kind of coming into this feeling like, I'm not going to buy a Call of Duty game again? And what did you think of the multiplayer reveal trailer that they released early last week, a part of E3 week? Let us know down below in the comment section.
Thank you everyone for watching the Rick and Johnny podcast. Click right here to watch another squanchy video, and let's get rickety wrecked!